Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is the first video I've done in a while, but this one's kind of a long time coming. I just kind of had to take a break for a little bit, and I'm going to kind of continue to take a break, but it was time to do this when it was ready and everything, so we'll go with it. But yeah, just had to focus on some other things. But the 9.3 is ready, so I've got all the pictures taken. I'll do my quick wrap up of the series, and then in a few minutes from finishing this video, I'll get the proper review done, and then that will be ready at some point as well. But here it is. So we'll just kind of do a little walk around and take a look. So everything turned out pretty well. This was a nice project. Kind of starting like we did the previous time at the hood. I did give it a polish, but you know, for the hood and the roof, this is a 20-year-old car, so you know, it's there, but it's not the shiniest. I did get the front bumper repainted, and that turned out really nice. Also got some new fog lamps in there. I do have the bumper trim here, but if you look at the other side, it is out. I've actually tried to order some two trim pieces two different times, and they keep showing up wrong. So until I find another one, we're just going to leave it as is. Otherwise, everything else is in good shape now with the wipers and the lamps. And if you look inside, that is actually a new AC condenser. It looked like where the hood latch came down, it had hit and punctured the AC condenser, which I couldn't test during the winter really. So the first warm day, no AC, found the leak immediately, and of course got that swapped out. So that's good to go. Going down the side again, all the dents were pulled, the paintless dents, I should say. I got of course the mirror trim painted there. The wheels are, you know, they cleaned up a little bit, but they're not perfect. And you can kind of see, again, 20-year-old paint, you can kind of see it's coming off a little bit in some areas, but it still looks decent. These tires aren't the best, but it was kind of at the point where if I was going to get some, they weren't going to be super nice tires. So I thought, well, I'll just leave it, and then the next person that owns this car can get what they, you know, exactly what they want to get for it. Also, down the roof of the car here, you can see pretty decent. I got the new OnStar antenna on there as well. New wiper blade in the back. The rear wing is now, you know, as tight as it's meant to be, so that's good. New badges front and rear. Fixed this cracked lamp, so now we no longer have water getting in, so that situation's been corrected. This rear bumper, I did do a little work on that, but you can see that it still, in fact, does have some cracks in it, and it's also not the shiniest. So, I mean, in all honesty, that bumper really should be replaced, but again, that was just a little bit more than I wanted to take care of at this point, so, you know, we'll just leave it be. But it's something that, you know, it's not terrible, but down the road, it would be nice to get a bumper. But, you know, it's not as easy as just getting one. There's not a lot of these around where I'm at, so getting one that's in, you know, shape, good enough shape that it would clean up would be a little bit of an undertaking. Down this side, pretty much the same as the other, all in good shape. Also fixed that cracked filler here, so that's been redone and it looks really nice. We'll just start around here in the back. So again, this of course is SAAB's kind of combi coupe design. So I'll just take this moment to point out something that I think is a little bit interesting, the styling of newer cars versus older. Look at all the space behind the rear tire. So there's a lot of economy cars that are called hatchbacks, and they are hatchbacks, but they have a very flat rear end. And you think about, you know, if you have a very short rear end of the car that ends about here and then a flat back, think about how much less load space. I mean, if you look at the line, think about how much less room you would have in the back to load stuff up. And by the way, I noticed that some of this paint, on the other hand, is very shiny because it's like a mirror. So that is pretty nice. But basically with this combi coupe design, and of course combi being the Swedish word for wagon, and coupe, this is a four-door, but the coupe version would have been the same thing, of course. Basically, it's almost like a station wagon, but with two doors. So you do get quite a big load area. I mean, not only is it deep, but it's also pretty wide. You know, this is a small car, so but it is pretty wide. And it's also very tall, and you know, it's just impressive. This is a ton of storage. Of course, this all comes off, and I also like that this tailgate really lifts up out of the way. I mean, this is kind of a forgotten vehicle, I think, in many ways, but you know, if there's a lot of vehicles out there that are like this, you know, maybe I just don't know about them, but this is just such a unique shape, and we'll get into more of that then. But it's just such a shame that this didn't really catch on, because I think it's so much more brilliant than a lot of the you know, modern styles. But you know, whatever. So the light back here works, that's good. New speakers all around. If we lift up this carpet, we can see that I think we have all the parts there in the spare, which I did air up, by the way. The only thing we don't have is the screwdriver, unfortunately, so that's out. And again, the lovely SAAB latch. I always like seeing those. And that shuts exactly like a classic 900. This car really does remind me so much of that, and you know, I really like that. That was just such a neat car, and this is of course, you know, 17 years newer, and it honestly does feel, you know, the essence of it does feel the same, which is just really awesome. All right, being an SE car, this does get some upgraded features such as the rocker panels, you know, some of the other trim and things, bigger wheels. So it gets, of course, the SE badge on the front, and you lose the amber signals, and you get, or the orange ones, I should say. Yeah, same thing, I guess. And you get the clear, which is cool. You get painted mirror covers, a bunch of different things. But notably on the inside, you get these nice leather door inserts. By the way, that's SE and US spec. I'm sure, you know, other vehicles were done a little different. And I know these came with cloth seats, but we got leather here in the US. So this is all in really nice shape, nice stitching. It's all, you know, it feels good. This is nice leather. This does not feel like 20-year-old leather. Another thing, just even the door switches. You literally are not legally allowed to make a door switch that looks like that anymore, but it's kind of cool. The SE's also got the nice chrome trim. Never did find the headrests, so that's unfortunate, but, you know, it's there. Nice console back here, armrest really, and then you do have this pass-through for small items. And then I'll go to the other side, but this whole rear seat will fold down, so that's, I don't know if I can get it to do that, but we'll see. Of course, this lifts up, and then you have you know, you have some flat storage there with these kind of wells, and look at how nice a shape everything is in there. So that's really nice. Nice seat back storage here. You do get some vents back here, but that's about it, and some reading lamps above and some grab handles. That's kind of nice, but no USB chargers or anything. All right, again, up here in the front, everything is in really nice shape. Everything just cleaned up really well. Dashboard looks good. Everything is really proper. I didn't fix this cup holder either. That's going to be out, so, you know, I was thinking about just gluing it in place, which I don't think is a bad option, and I might still do, but I just haven't done it yet. Everything else is in pretty good shape. A little bit of the wear that you'd expect on the driver's seat, but the bolster is in nice shape, and of course it does say turbo, which is really nice, but all this just is really great. Sunroof works, cruise control, the AC of course works now. So let's go around this side. I kind of want to demonstrate how this rear seat folds down. So let's see, the front seats may need to go up a little bit. I have them back pretty far right now, but if we lift this up, and that too, and then we grab onto this guy, there we go. So it won't fold down the whole way, but you can see that it would. And look at that for reinforcement. And there's a lot going on right there, but that's a massive load area, so you could definitely get a lot of stuff in this vehicle. And then of course, I think this seat, if you pull up on this tab here, yeah, you can just, with the seat belts moved, yep, then you got to pass through there. So there's just an infinite number of ways that you can get stuff into this car. It's just really impressive, and that's just, honestly, it just makes this car nice to drive because it's so usable. You can just pretty much use it for every trip you ever have to make. All right, we'll go ahead and pop the hood here, but again, look at that. The dashboard is in such good shape. So yeah, this was a joy of a project to work on. It's been great. I'll miss this car. This was a really nice one to own. All right, under the hood, of course, we have a new valve cover gasket, new spark plugs, which seems to have taken care of the oil leak, so that's good. I didn't really clean it up because I just didn't, but it's not leaking, so that's all good. New engine air filter, new cabin air filter, new oil, coolant is topped up. Of course, the new, there you can kind of see it a little bit better, but it was just punctured right in this area like somebody had stuck something in there, so that was all good. We evacuated and recharged the lines and everything, so it's good to go now. So all proper there. But yeah, just to summarize, this was just such a nice project. This car was great to own. I'm going to miss it, but it's going to make somebody a great car. I think this one is in really good shape. and I think it'll make somebody really happy. So, you know, better that than having it sit in my driveway and become cranky every day when I see pollen on it and feel like I need to get out there and start washing it off again. So this one will be a good one for somebody. Well, thank you for watching this video and watching the series, and yeah, we'll definitely have more videos up and going pretty soon again once I'm kind of done taking my my break here. But again, thanks for watching.